Hello and welcome to the Wayne State Coaches Show, an exclusive here on MyWayneNews.com. I'm Mike Carnes, and when we come back from this timeout, we will talk with Wayne State track and field coach Marlon Brink as the indoor track and field team got back to action after the holiday break with action at the Doane Invitational. We'll have information on that after this timeout here on the Wayne State Coaches Show.
The Coaches Show is sponsored by Pack and Save. Pack and Save is a proud supporter of Wildcat Athletics and is your one-stop shop for savings. Check out Pack and Save's excellent produce and find the best cuts in their grade A meat department. Be sure to stop at the Top Notch Deli where you can find their amazing fried chicken, daily lunch specials, and all the fixings for your next tailgate or viewing party. Pack and Save is open from 7:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. 7 days a week, and their staff is waiting to help you for all of your grocery needs. Pack and Save, your one-stop shop for savings in Wayne, America. Go Cats!
We're back here on the Wayne State Coaches Show and talking with track and field coach Marlon Brink as the Wayne State indoor track and field team got back to action after the holiday break, taking part in the Doane University Ward Haylett Invitational held down in Crete on Saturday. And a number of good marks by the Wayne State track and field teams. Cade Kalkowski got a first place finish in the weight throw to kind of highlight the effort for the men's team. And then on the women's side, Jaden Wagner and Molly Vasa both posted for third place finishes to lead the Wayne State women. So a month off for you guys from the last time you competed, but looked like you had some pretty good performances there.
Yeah, you know, this is kind of the rust buster, I guess you'd call it. You know, because like you said, we did have a month off from the time that the kids left for Christmas break there, and then they were gone for that couple weeks there, and so it was kind of a tough transition for them. But you know, I think they handled it pretty well. We brought them back actually on January 2nd and started practicing, so we had about a week and a half of practice, and I felt like, you know, we competed pretty well. It was a nice mix of competition there. We saw some NAIA schools and some good competition there, and it was just a good competition. It wasn't too big a meet. Originally it was going to be about 25 teams, then due to the weather some of the Kansas schools had to cancel out of the meet, which actually turned out to be a good thing. We were able to get done by about 6 o'clock there, and so it was a good competition, and we're ready to kind of really get rolling now.
Yeah, we didn't have any of the snow that they had down in southeast Nebraska over the weekend. That I know that affected that meet. Like you said, I think there was 25 teams scheduled and only ended up with 12, I think, competing in that. So
yeah, it turned out to be all right, and I think they're kind of glad actually the way it worked out, that, you know, it wasn't such a big meet, because it was just logistically it would have been a nightmare actually.
Yeah. Well, the top marks, as we mentioned earlier, Cade Kalkowski going 62 feet 3 1/4 inches to win the weight throw there. Dylan Kalp was fourth in that event at 57 5 3/4, and Cole Christofferson was ninth at 49 feet and 3/4 of an inch. Ben Allen placed fifth in the shot put, and Mikhail Sands came in eighth place in the long jump. And among the runners for the men, Brock Hagerty was had the best effort, taking third in the mile run with a time of 4 minutes 33.9 seconds. Nate Heimer was eighth in the 1,000-meter run, and there were three runners that placed in the 3,000-meter run. Jack Dougherty was eighth, Dylan Kessler ninth, and Bailey Peckin was 10th. And on the women's side, as we mentioned, Jaden Wagner leading the way there with a third place finish in the shot put. Molly Vasa was third in the 600-meter run. In other events, Tia Jones was seventh in the shot put. Nicole Heron was fourth in the weight throw, and then Brooklyn Chips was seventh in the weight throw. Wagner was eighth, and Mackenzie Shell was 10th. And then Joan Jalima was fourth in the mile run. Kim Lohman sixth in the mile. And Andrea Torres, Wayne native, was eighth in the 3,000-meter run. Cameron Lazur and Morgan Shearer each tied for 10th in the high jump. So some good marks there. And I know the weight throws, of course, you know, we've kind of hung our hat on the weight events here last several years, and looks like some potential for some good marks down the line. There were some of those kids.
Well, yeah, you know, Cade, we talked about him at the SDSU meet. He hit a Provo mark there, and he won the event on Saturday. Actually, we were kind of hoping he'd maybe hit a little bit further mark, but it was a decent opening mark coming back from the break there. Dylan Kalp, kind of same thing with him. He'd hit a Provo mark up at SDSU there, and he was a little bit off that, but did well. Cole Christofferson had one of his better throws there. The one that I guess maybe impressed me the most was Ben Allen, taking fifth place in the shot put there. He had been injured for pretty much all of last year, and so this is his first competition since he's been back from his injury, and really threw well there. 50 feet 8 inches in shot put. Currently ranks him second in SIC. So we're excited about that and what he can do there. Brock Hagerty, you mentioned him. He got third place in the mile, and that's his best performance ever in the mile, so that was pretty exciting for him, and I think he's going to continue to drop that time, hopefully under the 4:30 mark there. On the women's side, Jaden Wagner had a good throw in the shot that you mentioned there. She was a national qualifier last year in the shot outdoors, and so kind of getting back into her form there. I think she's starting to come around with that. Molly Vasa, she's a freshman, had a really good run in the 600-meter run. That's her first time running that event. And she's a 400-meter hurdler on the outdoor track for us, so I think that's going to be a good event for her, that she can kind of use that to hopefully not only place in the indoor season for us on the 600-meter run, but also to prepare for the 400-meter hurdles outdoors. And then we had a couple freshman girls in the throwing events that did well too. Nicole Heron and Brooklyn Chips. They both had some very good marks in the weight throw, and so we're excited. We had the big drop off, obviously, with Michaela Denninger graduating last year in the women's throws. So those younger girls, they kind of really need to step up for us and try to replace those points that Michaela gave us last year. And so they look like they're going to do well. And the throws are always a tough event in the NSIC. Minnesota State Mankato's got some really good throwers this year, and really each school kind of has a good thrower on the women's side, it seems like. So it's going to be a pretty diverse field, I think, as far as just who's going to be the top thrower there. It'll be interesting to see. Yeah.
Next action for you guys is Friday at the South Dakota State Open up in Brookings. What do you look for up in that meet?
Well, it's going to be a pretty big meet again. They've got a great facility up there, and it's pretty much all Division II schools. We'll see a lot of the NSIC schools that we sometimes don't see, like Northern State, Minot State, Minnesota State Moorhead, some of the far north schools. And it's a great facility. It's a 300-meter track, so that kind of helps for the longer events. It kind of gives them a little bit of an advantage compared to the shorter 200-meter tracks. So we're excited to get up there and compete and hopefully get some good marks and see how we kind of fare against the NSIC schools that we see in the competition there.
All right, so the Wildcats in action this weekend at the South Dakota State Open up in Brookings, South Dakota. And Coach, good luck this week, and hopefully we have some more good marks to talk about next week.
Yeah, hopefully we can keep things rolling here, and it's not that far off till the NSIC championships, and that's kind of our main goal during the season. Always is to focus for getting ready for the NSIC meet. So we'll keep rolling here.
All right, we'll take a time out and here on the Wayne State Coaches Show. We'll be back with more right after this.
The Coaches Show is sponsored by Pack and Save. Pack and Save is a proud supporter of Wildcat Athletics and is your one-stop shop for savings. Check out Pack and Save's excellent produce and find the best cuts in their Grade A meat department. Be sure to stop at the Top Notch Deli, where you can find their amazing fried chicken, daily lunch specials, and all the fixings for your next tailgate or viewing party. Pack and Save is open from 7:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. 7 days a week, and their staff is waiting to help you for all of your grocery needs. Pack and Save, your one-stop shop for savings in Wayne, America. Go Cats!
Hello and welcome back to the Wayne State Coaches Show. That closes things down for another edition. We will have another edition of the Wayne State Coaches Show coming up next week here on MyWayNews.com. Until then, this is Mike Carnes, and we'll see you later.